Welcome to your live weekly show, Iconic, where we are creating iconic lives, businesses, and personal style. This is your midweek pick me up where you can come and get inspiration, and we talk about just living an iconic life. So, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. Please let me know where you're watching from. Don't be shy. Hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. I love showing up here every week. I just get fired up by your comments, your messages, your responses to me. It melts my heart. So thank you if you have recently shared to me how the life, the work that we're doing in here is changing your life. I'm also the podcast host of Style Icon Mindset. So if you are on the podcast, listen, Spotify, all the places, you will find Style Icon Mindset there. Juliet wants to make her presence known today. Actually, I will tell you, I'm home alone right now, which is very, very rare. Um, my older girls who have both graduated are working today and had college classes. My two younger kids are at a church camp thing. So they're gone. My husband's at work. You guys, since 2020, being home alone has rarely happened. And I'm going to be feeling more of that during this week while things are quieting down. How are you doing? Let me know. All right. It's October, you guys. The weather is actually starting to chill a little bit. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning with my children, and in Arizona, it was 64 degrees at 5:30 this morning outside. So that's huge, huge. It's been actually not a bad summer. Lots of monsoons have blown through, but it's been nice. But we still have been in the hundreds, you guys. So love the crisp, cool October mornings. I'll take them as often as possible. Here at the Style Icon Mindset in Iconic in our live weekly show, we talk about our thoughts, right? And thinking the thoughts that we want to think so that we can get the results that we want in our lives. But today I want to allow space for your emotions. If we try to cover up our emotions, if we try to hide them, if we try to stuff them, they're really not going to be hidden there's no way of getting out of your emotions. You're only delaying being able to process those, and they're going to be affecting your health. They affect your self-image. They affect how you are going to show up. And none of that is good for style icons, right? We don't want any of that. But we do have emotions that come up. And in coaching calls, I've had clients say, "Well, Afton, when I have those emotions rushing in, how do I change my thoughts so I don't feel them?" Not feeling our emotions is never the goal. We are humans. We are going to have life experiences, and we're going to have lots and lots of emotions. And today I today I want to draw the line of when I want you to use the style icon mindset and when I want you to feel the emotions. And when I say that, I mean there are times when I want you to use the style icon method. We're always using the style icon mindset, but there's times when I want you to use the method, and then there's other times, or the cycle, and then there's other times that I want you just to feel your emotions. And we're going to talk about what the differences are of those two things. So, when you are trying to create your epic life, your iconic life, as you're trying to create that and make decisions of what the next best step is for you to take or how you want to react to a situation, or as you're trying to, reach the goals that you have, and right, making decisions. That is when you're going to sit down and think about what intentional thoughts you want to have so that you can think like a style icon, so that you can create those feelings that you need to have to take the next best step. But if you try to take that into feeling about a response that you're having to some new information, when you are having a flood of emotion come down, or a response to something that you heard, and you quickly try to switch that, you might hear that called stuffing your emotions, ignoring your feelings, hiding, um, just trying to block feeling those feelings. Some people will use alcohol, scrolling on Facebook, Netflix, food. There's all different ways that people want to go to so that they're not feeling those feelings. And the goal is not to change your mindset to not feel those feelings. The goal, when you have emotions come in, we're not talking about making a decision for the next best step for you. We're just talking about you were told some information that you had an emotional response to because it was devastating, heartbreaking, um, shocking. Your immediate response, you heard some news, someone told you something, or you are having a memory of something, and you feel like you're in that position again where you were in a fight, or you were told some bad news, or maybe something happened to you that was traumatic. Doesn't have to be serious. It could just have been traumatic for you in, any degree. When that is happening and you have a flood of emotions coming through, I want you to create space for yourself. We are not trying to snap our fingers and make that emotion go away. Emotions come into your body, and if you allow them to come, they will leave. And in a reasonable amount of time, they won't stay. They won't harbor in your body. When that happens, you might feel it in your chest. You might feel it in your stomach. You might feel it in your head. You might feel it in your throat. It's going to manifest somewhere. And if you don't allow those emotions to move through you, they are going to get stuck. They're going to get stuck. Those emotions get stuck inside of you. And that's going to create a whole nother set of problems. When you allow space for you to have your emotion, allow it to come and flow through you, it will leave, and then you will be able to react with the style icon cycle, using the style icon teachings that we teach inside Elevate. You will be able to elevate above whatever it is that you are having to now address. Okay. But it is never to numb your feelings. Okay. We are going to have lots of experiences that are going to be highs and lows. There's going to be good things and bad according to, our thoughts and how we feel. Allow yourself to feel those feelings. Whatever comes your way, allow yourself space. And what you will do is just sit and feel that emotion. And you can even just think about, where is that emotion settling? Where do you feel it? Are you feeling it in your head? Are you feeling it in your stomach? Are you feeling it in your chest? Is your heart racing a mile a minute now? Where is it? Hold on to it and breathe through it. Have the good cry. Just sit and feel and allow yourself to have that freedom to feel your emotions. I have and this can happen in many different times throughout the day. We go through the grief cycle so many times during the day. You'll be surprised how we're having to, something happens and then we feel sad about it. And, or I think first we might be angry and sad and all these different things that happen. Allow yourself, no matter how little it might seem to somebody else, if it is causing you any type of emotion, allow it to come and flow through you as quickly as possible as you will allow it, but allow it to stay as long as it needs to, because you will be addressing that later, guaranteed, if you don't let that go. Allow the emotion to come. Don't push them away. Don't try to numb it by going to whatever it is that you like to use, whatever your favorite way of numbing your emotions is. Allow yourself to sit there with that. So I had an example this morning where before my kids went to their church camp for the next 4 days, there was a lot of emotion going on with the children. There was a lot of like last minute things that needed to be done. And they went to bed later than they probably would have liked. They went to bed late and got up early. And so today I was faced with the fact that I just felt sad for them because they are going to be tired. They're going to be doing a lot of activity. They're going to be miserable today if um, things, they could be miserable. Like that's the thought that I'm thinking. And it made me feel sad, right? It made me feel like worried and a little bit of anxiety, a little bit, right? Because there's nothing I could do about it. And so I had to sit with my emotions this morning. I had to allow them to come and think of all the things that, allowed my brain to come up with all the ideas that it wanted to. Your brain's going to offer you lots of ideas. And I was like, that's interesting that my brain is offering me all these ideas, right? All these thoughts. And I had to sit there and just allow them to flow, allow my emotions to process through me. And immediately, you know what I wanted to do, which I think is really interesting because this is not normally me, you guys. I immediately wanted to go put in my last Netflix series that I had just finished, Virgin River. You guys totally loved it. But I immediately was like, hey, maybe I should go turn that on um, to get my mind off of it. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, no, that is not the next best step for me. I had other things that I needed to do and accomplish today, and watching Netflix was not on my list of things to do. That was not the next best step. So even though I had to deal with, this emotion, these thoughts, these worries that I was having this morning, and I allowed myself to have them. There was no judgment, curiosity, and just allowing them to be there, allowing space for that. But what actions I was going to take, the response I wanted to take was not what my mind was offering me. And I had to be in tune with that. I had to be aware of what it was. And then I could say, no, that's not the next best thing for me to do. This is what I want to be thinking. This is what I want to be feeling. These are the actions that I want to take. And that's what I had to do. And that's what I did. But I thought this is a really good example because so many of my clients are, they're like, how do you allow space for emotion, but yet you create the life that you want by having those thoughts and feelings. This is not a Pollyanna, like everything's going to be great all the time. Okay. You are allowed to have your feelings that you want to have. We're just not going to allow that to control the decisions that we make. Style icon is going to make decisions that her highest level is going to want to create, right? So we just need to think about that a little bit. Step back from the situation. Allow yourself to feel the feelings. Don't push them. Notice where you're holding them in your body and allow them to go. Don't push them. Allow them. You could even like picture holding that space, holding it, hugging it, um, protecting it, and then releasing. So hopefully that is helpful and understand a little bit more about what is the style icon cycle. How is this supposed to go into our thoughts and our feelings and creating our life and still allow us to feel those feelings and not stuff them? All right. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'd love to see you inside Elevate. We had our orientation yesterday. The workshop's tomorrow. It's not too late to join. Just go to styleguidesociety.com/elevate and get inside. All the replays are inside the program. Hours and hours of past experts that have come in and spoke to us and videos that I've created to help you think like a style icon. All right. Until next week, make it a great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.